We're in New York City for the SVG Sports Content Management Forum. Bryan Costa here with you from Sports Video Group. Have the pleasure now to be joined by Bryan Staffaroni from the WWE. Bryan, it's a pleasure to see you, man. How's everything going?
Pleasure to be here. It's going great. It's a fun forum, and happy to do this every year. Love coming out here.
Yeah, it's always great to see you at this one. You guys are pretty busy right now. I mean, WWE's always got some kind of big show going on. But in particular now, you guys are in the process of relaunching the WWE Network, your direct-to-consumer streaming platform. Now, that's obviously at the front gate to a lot of what you guys are doing. So just how much has that impacted your day-to-day over the past few months getting ready for this?
Well, the past couple of years, actually, it's been a project long in the works. The team that I oversee has very much been working on the back end and on the migration of the content from one network now to the new network. We were originally with MLBAM and Disney Streaming Services. We've now moved all that content, migrated it, transcoded it to new format over to Endeavor. And that process, the coordination, the effort was just something we've never experienced before. And the backlog is complete. We are now launching in probably 48 hours on all platforms. So we're going to see what we've done here. But I think that the front end guys are now in scramble mode, and we're just doing everything we can to make sure all the content is there that was on the original network.
Sure, yeah, and you talked about it on one of your sessions here at the event today about the importance of the metadata that's attached to all that content because it's one of the huge draws of the WWE Network. Sure, those live tentpole events that you're having throughout the year draw audiences, but I mean, that's a nostalgia-filled channel where you can go back and watch a lot of epic historical events from over the years. So for someone who's maybe not familiar with what goes into something like that, the metadata, just how valuable, important, and labor-intensive is it for you guys?
Well, let me just say that our fans keep us honest. If there are any mistakes on dates or whatever, we hear about it and we respond. And there is a lot of content. There's a lot of history that goes way back to some of it goes back to the 60s, 70s. But honestly, it's just attention to detail, and it is a huge lift. It is an ongoing lift, and it never stops. It's always go back and check and make sure it jives with other corresponding supplemental programming or complementary programming that goes along with everything. There are pre-shows now. This day and age, there are clip content that end up on YouTube, Facebook. We want to make sure the synchronicity of that display metadata is consistent. And that makes it easier, number one, for people to find our stuff, but also to talk about it. When you talk about something socially, you want to say the same thing, and then if it's different, say on our OTT platform, people won't know to click on it. So that has kept us honest, and it has been very challenging because there are so many groups that oversee so much of our content. The other big thing was that our content package that goes out the door has grown dynamically and dramatically. And that's because we're now sending all separate language audio channels with all of our content. Whereas before on the current network, you would see an individual Spanish file, an individual Mandarin file. Now it's all one file, multiple audio channels, more metadata files come in the JSON format, including our cue points files for our milestones. So you're seeing what was a content package of 4 elements is now expanding to a content package that includes 19 elements. And the team, the media asset management team at WWE, which I oversee, is responsible for making sure all that stuff goes out the door and up into the cloud, the S3 cloud.
Sure, yeah. Fascinating stuff. Real quickly before we let you go, one of the themes that's been coming up a lot at the event here today is the impact that AI is and could potentially have. How has it kind of pinged your radar and all, and in what ways have you been playing around with it?
It is definitely on my radar. We have played around with it, as in like we've given vendors some content to explore and hey, show us what you can do for us. So we are still in that process right now, but I am a big believer in it. I know we have logging teams on site that I think a couple of the panelists even mentioned how their jobs would evolve to essentially be training the machine on how to best log our content. And I really, really think, and I'm going to advocate for that internally, that we should head that route because there's so much content that is uncatalogued in our 18 petabyte libraries. So like, would you rather it be even 80% accurate or nothing at all? And to me, there's definitely a value there in getting as much of that cataloged, content logged as possible, and AI is the answer to that.
Really exciting times for you right now. So Bryan, we really appreciate you taking the time and being here at the event with us. Great seeing you.
Thank you, Brandon.
All right. For everything else going on here at the Sports Content Management Forum, you can visit us online at sportsvideo.org.